We have 3 respondents. First envelope is from Ferguson Waterworks, and they are located in New Hyde Park, New York. Okay, we have lots of items on this bid. The first item is Adam repair clamps or equal. They're pipe clamps, and there's multiple sizes. So the 1/2 inch by 3 inch, their price is $846, and they're bidding a Smith Blair model on all of these. The 3/4 by 3 inch is $861. The 1 by 3 inch is $941. The 1 1/4 by 3 is $966. The 1 1/2 by 3 is $1037. The 2 by 3 is $11.34. Bid item 2 is Adam stainless steel full seal repair clamps or equal. Again, they're doing Smith Blair. So the 4 inch by 8 inch is $94.39. 4 by 12 is $147.21. 6 by 8 is $109.05. 6 by 12 is $178.71. 8 by 8 is $130.73. 8 by 12 is $209.34. 10 by 12 is $267.21. 12 by 12 is $311.09. Bid item 3 is dresser cast couplings for cast iron pipes or equal. Again, they're using Smith Blair brand. So the 4 inch is $95.67. 6 inch is $139.81. 8 inch $196.45. 10 inch $274.20. And 12 inch $330.61. Bid item 4 is Mueller Corporation stops with 90-foot bend. 3/4 inch $82.17. 1 inch $124.33. 1 1/2 $431.59, and the 2 inch $690.20. Bid item 5, reducer couplings 4 inch by 6 inch. This item they're doing a Hymax brand. It's $489.33. Bid item 6, gooseneck adapters from Gooseneck Corp to Copper. They're using Mueller parts. The first one is 5/8 inch gooseneck to 3/4 inch copper that has a no bid. The 3/4 inch gooseneck to 1 inch copper is $57.20, and the 1 inch to 1 inch is $60.84. Bid item 7 is Mueller curb stops 1-to-1. So the 3/4 inch is $94.47. The 1 inch is $161.61. 1 1/2 is $303.05. The 2 inch is $443.44. Okay, bid item 8 is compression adapters for copper. They're using Mueller parts. So for the 1/2 inch, the male is $26.97. The female is $26.11. 3/4 inch, male $26.69, female $28.59. 1 inch $31.52 and $40.89. 1 1/4 $60.90 and 76.27. 1 1/2 $87.18 and 111.47. 2 inch $127.01 and 132.82. Bid item 9, compression adapters for iron pipes. Again, they're doing Mueller parts. The 1/2 inch, they have a no bid on both male and female. 3/4 inch is $33.86 and $33.62. 1 inch is $53.09 and $45.91. And then for the 1 1/4, 1 1/2, and 2 inches, there's no bid in either the male or the female. Bid item 10, compression couplings. Again, we're using Mueller parts. So for the 1/2 inch in the copper, it's $35.27, and on the iron, there's no bid. 3/4 inch is $32.56 copper and $40.64 for iron. 1 inch, $35.52 and $81.10. 1 1/4, $101.70 and no bid. 1 1/2 in the copper, $129.22 and no bid on the iron. 2 inch, $169.10 for copper, and again, no bid. K Copper 60-foot rolls in 3/4. The brand is, TMF. Okay, 3/4 inch per foot is $9.94. The 1 inch is $13.19. The 1 1/2 inch is $21.03, and the 2 inch is $32.25. L Copper, they're doing Mueller Streamline. Okay, it's 20-inch lengths. So for the 1/2 inch, it's $48.96. 3/4 is $80.04. 1 inch is $117.57. 1 1/4 is $202.71. 1 1/2 is $257.31, and the 2 inch is $402.63. 13A, curb box with 15-inch rod, Mueller type H-10306, $50.89. Cement lid, number 89376, $15.43. Bid item 14, curb box, 3-foot Burry, Mueller type H-10310, $126.10. Street valve box, 3-foot to 4-foot Burry. The brand is Pro Select, and it's $146.57. Bid item 16, Mueller tapping service saddles. So by the 4-inch by 1-inch thread is $62.03. The 4x2, is $63.11. The 6x1 is $60.11. 6x2 is $74.08. 8-inch by 1-inch is $69.64. The 8x2 is $81.85. The 10x1 is $84.82. 10x2 is $107.96. 12x1 is $101.72. 12x2 is $129.45. 16x1 is $159.75. 16x2 is $223.72. 20x2 is $293.19, and 24x2 is $322.50. Okay, item 17, safety flange repair kit. Mueller hydrant 4 1/4. They're using Mueller, by the way. $792.08, and the Mueller hydrant 5 1/4 is $414.30. The Eddy hydrants are no bids. Mueller tapping valves, 4-inch, $986.21. 6-inch, $1,392.43, and the 8-inch, $2,066.78. Okay, Mueller inline valves. 4-inch is $781.73. 6-inch is $997.10. 8-inch is $1,988.07. The, I don't know if this is Eddy or Eddy, hydrant drain support baskets complete. The 4 1/4 inch and the 5 1/4 inch are both no bids. Mueller tapping bit, number 680540 is $376.82. Dip class ductile iron water mains, 4-inch, $42.26. 6-inch, $32.47. 8-inch, $45.89. 10-inch, $60.08, and 12-inch, $75.66. Okay. Threaded female brass tee. 3/4 inches is $6.45. 1 inch is $11.45. 1 1/4, $16.08. 1 1/2, $22.11. 2 inch, $36.23. Brings us to item 24, which is brass bushings. The 2x1 is $16.49. The 2x1 1/4 is $14.19. 2x1 1/2 is $13.70. The 1 1/2 by 1 is $9.25. The 1 1/4 by 1 is $7.24, and the 1 by 3/4 is $4.24. 3-inch long brass threaded nipples. 3/4 inch $4.86, 1 inch $6.93, 1 1/4 $9.64, 1 1/2 $12.16, 2 inch $14.53. Bid item 26, threaded female reducer couplings. 2x1 1/4 is $27, 2x1 1/2 is $26.49. 1 1/2 by 1 1/4 is $17.30, 1 1/4 by 1 is $13.70. 1 1/2 by 1 is $17.30, and 1 by 3/4 is $8.50. Blue poly tubing, 250 PSIs. These are for 100 rolls, 100 foot rolls, so the 3/4 inch is $32, the 1 inch is $54, and the 2 inch is $188. Stiffener inserts for blue poly tubing. 3/4 inch is $346, the 1 inch is $372, and the 2 inch is $12.63. Schedule 40 plastic pipe, 1 inch by 10 foot, $5.56. 1 1/4 inch by 10 foot, $6.92. 1 1/2 by 10 foot, $8.27, and 2 inch by 10 foot, $11.12. Okay. Bid item 30. It's a 6-inch MJ retainer gland kit. They're using the brand Star, and it's $62.60 is their price. Okay, bid item 31. 3/4 inch male adapter Mac pack in copper is $25.81, and galvanized is $30.24. 3/4 inch comp Mac pack coupling, $31.41 in copper, $33.56 galvanized. 1 inch male adapter Mac pack, $30.50 in copper, $46.12 galvanized steel. The 1 inch comp Mac pack coupling is $35.93 in copper and $59.25 in galvanized. 3/4 inch comp times male MPT Mac pack 90 degrees, $36.61 copper, $31.63 galvanized. 1 inch $59.68 and $55.79 in galvanized. 2 inch male adapter Mac pack, $121.95 copper, $121.41 galvanized. 2 inch comp Mac pack coupling, $162.36 in copper and $152.15 in galvanized. Okay, the next respondent is T-Minus Supplies, and they are located in Medford, New York. All right, here we go again. Adams repair clamps are equal pipe clamps. We're using the Ford brand on all these items. The 1/2 inch by 3 inch, $9.26. 3/4 by 3, $9.49. 1 by 3, $9.69. 1 1/4 by 3, $10.68. 1 1/2 by 3, $10.93. And the 2 by 3 is $13.54. Adams stainless steel full seal repair clamps. They're using a Ford model. The 4 by 8 is $82.38. 4 by 12, $111.83. 6 by 8, $82.83. 6 by 12, $118.38. 8 inch by 8 inch, 9711, 8 by 12, 129.75. 10 by 12, 181.38. 12 by 12, 191.64. Okay, dresser cast couplings for cast iron pipes or equal. Again, we're using a Ford model. So 4 inches, 95.50. 6 inches, 126.91. 8 inch is 171.38. 10 inches, 309.43, and the 12 inches, 315.99. Okay, next is Mueller Corporation stops with 90-foot bends. Again, we're using Ford boards. 3/4 inch, 79.17. 1 inch, 114.53. 1.5 inch, $319.93. And the 2 inch is $561.37. For bid item 5, reduce the couplings, we have no bid. For bid item 6, the gooseneck adapters in all sizes are no bids. Bid item 7, Mueller curb stops 1-to-1, again Ford brands. 3/4 inch, 67.35. 1 inch, 104.71. 1.5 inch, $214.39, and the 2 inch is $313.55. Bid item 8, compression adapters, again for copper, these are all Ford brands. A 1/2 inch in the male is 1907, female 1834. 3/4 inch, 1962 and 20.65. 1 inch, 23.24 and 2801. 1 1/4, 44.44 and 51.13 on the female. 1 1/2, 63.67 and 81.44. The 2 inch is 92.76 and 96.96. Compression adapters for iron pipes, again all Ford brands. 1/2 inch male 1975, female 1962. 3/4 inch 23.68 and 23.51. 1 inch 36.15 and 33.99. 1 1/4 inch 51.05 and 42.16. 1 1/2 inch 73.05 and $59.81. 2 inch $95.21 and 114.19. Compression couplings, again all Ford brands. 1/2 inch in copper 24.94 and 23.98 in iron. 3/4 inch 23.91 and 26.34. 1 inch 27.34 and 46.47. 1 1/4 inch $47.20 and 62.60 on the iron. 1 1/2 $91.40 and $90.66. And the 2 inch is 123.49 and 119.33. The K copper in 60-foot rolls. The 3/4 of an inch is $11.05 per foot. The 1 inch is $14.60. The 1 1/2 is $23.40, and the 2 inch is $35.80. The L copper in all sizes is a no bid. Okay, bid item 13, a curb box with 15-inch rod, Mueller. They're using a CBA 160th brand for $42.41. The cement lid, they're using a Ford plug lid for $13.01. Bid item 14, curb box 3-foot Bury, Mueller is a no bid. 15, street valve box 3 to 4 foot Bury, they're using a Sigma brand, $166.60. Okay, for the Mueller tapping service saddles, they're all Ford brand. The 4x1 thread is $44.98. The 4x2 is $54.71. The 6x1 is $52.84. 6x2 is $57.85. 8x1 is $72.18. 8x2 is $73.89. 10x1 is $95.34. 10x2 is $89.43. 12x1 is $113.34. 12x2 is $125.36. 16 by 1 is 155.28. I think I screwed up here. All right. Going back to the beginning. 4 by 1 is 44.98. 4 by 2 is 54.71. 6 by 1 is 52.84. 6 by 2, 64.36. Is that where I started? 8 by 1 is 57.85. 8 by 2 is 72.18. 10 by 1 is 73.89. 10 by 2 is 95.34. 12 by 1 is 89.43. 12 by 2 is 113.34. 16 by 1 is 125.36. 16 by 2 is 155.28. 20 by 2 is 184.25. 24 by 2 is 191.95. Okay, safety flange repair kits. For the Mueller hydrants, there's no bids. For the ED hydrants, the 4 1/4 inch, they're using cloud parts. The 4 1/4 inch is $385.32, and the 5 1/4 is the same price of $385.32. Mueller tapping valves, again, we're using cloud parts. 4 inch is $1,085.29. 6 inch is $1,533.09, and the 8 inch is $2,275.74. The Mueller inline valves, again, we're using Cloud brand. 4 inch is $860.29. 6 inch is $1,097.80, and the 8 inch is $1,748.53. ED hydrant drain support baskets, complete. They're using a Cloud ED Part C. 4 1/4 inch is $261.05. 5 1/4 is $276. The Mueller tapping bit, they're doing as spec at $372.48. The dip class ductile iron water mains. 4 inch is $45.40 per foot, I guess. 6 inch is $34.90. 8 inch is $49.26. 10 inch is $64.55, and the 12 inch is $81.29. Okay, threaded female breast tee. 3 1/4 inch, $875. 1 inch, $15.53. 1 1/4 inch, $21.30. 1 1/2, $29.30. 2 inch, $49.12. The brass bushings. 2 by 1s are $21.88. 2 by 1 1/4 is $18.15. 2 by 1 1/2 is also $18.15. 1 1/2 by 1 is $12.27. 1 1/4 by 1 is $9.82. 1 by 3/4 is $5.75. 3 inch long brass threaded nipple. 3 1/4 inch, $6.58. 1 inch, $9.40. 1 1/4, $13.73. 1 1/2, $16.48. 2 inch, $19.68. Threaded female reducer couplings. The 2 by 1 1/4 is $34.10. 2 by 1 1/2 is $35.93. 1 1/2 by 1 1/4 is $23.47. 1 1/4 by 1 is $18.15. 1 1/2 by 1 is $22.93, and the 1 by 3/4 is $11.25. The blue poly tubing, 250 psi, 100-foot rolls, 3 1/4 inches is $45.88. The 1 inch is $68.53, and the 2 inch is $234.71. Stiffener inserts for blue poly tubing. The 3 1/4 inch is $1.99. The 1 inch is $2.10, and the 2 is $2.89. Bid item 29 is a no bid. Okay, the 6-inch MJ retainer glands kits, they're using a Ford brand for $57.30. Okay, under the miscellaneous, the 3 1/4 inch male adapter Mac pack is is $19.62 in copper and $23.68 in galvanized steel. The 3 1/4 inch comp Mac pack coupling is $23.91 and $26.34 in galvanized. The 1 inch Adapter Mac pack is $23.24 in copper and $36.15 in galvanized. The 1-inch comp Mac pack coupling is $27.34 copper, $46.47 galvanized. 3/4 inch comp times male MPT Mac pack 90 degrees, $21.49 copper, $24.76 galvanized. The 1-inch comp is $35.75 copper, $43.74 galvanized. 2-inch male adapter Mac pack, $92.76 and $95.21. The 2-inch comp Mac pack coupling is $123.49 copper and $119.33 in galvanized. And next we have Core Maine, who's located in the Bronx. Okay, for the first 3 items, they're using a Smith-Blair brand. Item 1 is the Adams repair clamps, which are pipe clamps. The 1/2 inch by 3 inches, $8.40. The 3/4 by 3 is $8.55. The 1 by 3 is $9.35. 1 1/4 by 3 is $10.32. 1 1/2 by 3, $9.60, and 2 by 3, $11.28. The stainless steel full seal repair clamps, 4 by 8 are $98.05, 4 by 12 $152.92, 6 by 8 $113.28, 6 by 12 $185.64, 8 by 8 $135.80, 8 by 12 $215.45. Excuse me, that was $217.45. 10 by 12 is $277.57, and 12 by 12 is $323.14. Okay, the dresser cast couplings for cast iron pipe. 4 inches $101.29, 6 inches $148.03, 8 inches $207.99, 10 inches $290.32, and the 12 inch is $350.04. The Mueller Corporation stops with a 90-foot bend. 3/4 inch $80.63, 1 inch $122 even, 1 1/2 $423.50, and the 2 inch $677.27. The reducer couplings, 4 inch by 6 inch, again it's Smith-Blair brand, $267.63. Gooseneck adapters from Gooseneck cork to copper. 5/8 inch gooseneck is a no bid. The 3/4 inch is $56.13, and the 1 inch is $59.70 even. Mueller curb stops 1-to-1. 3/4 inch $92.70, 1 inch $158.58, 1 1/2 $297.37, and 2 inch $447.33. Compression adapters for coppers. Okay, 1/2 inch male 27, female 26.14. 3/4 inch 26.73 and 28.63. 1 inch 31.57 and 40.93. 1 1/4 60.95 and 76.37. 1 1/2 87.29 and 111.62. 2 inch 127.18 and 133. Compression adapters for iron pipes. The 1/2 inch is no bid. The 3/4 inch in the male is $32.80 and $32.99 female. The 1 inch is $51.44 and $45.05. The 1 1/4, 1 1/2, and 2 inches are all no bids. Compression couplings. Okay, 1/2 inch in copper is $35.32, and there's a no bid on the iron. 3/4 inch, $32.60 copper and $40.69 iron. 1 inch, $35.57 and $81.20. 1 1/4, $101.83 copper and no bid on the iron. 1 1/2 is $125.38 and a no bid. 2 inch is $169.33 copper and a no bid. The K copper 60-foot rolls. 3/4 inch is $13.96 per foot. The 1 inch is $18.07. The 1 1/2 is $33.94, and the 2 inch is $52.05. The L copper is a no bid. Bid item 13A, the curb box with 15-inch rod, Mueller type, is $73.65, and the cement lid is $21.59. The curb box with 3-foot bury, Mueller type, is $142.56. The street valve box is a no bid. Okay, here we go again. Mueller tapping saddle service. 4x1 thread, $61.64. 4x2, $62.72. 6x1, $59.74. 6x2, $73.62. 8x1, $65.23. 8x2, $81.34. Okay. The 10x1 is $107.29. The 10x1 is excuse me, I'm lost again here. This is the one killing me. The 10x1 is $84.29. The 10x2 is $107.29. The 12x1 is $101.09. The 12x2 is $128.64. 16x1 is $154.78. And the 16x2 is $222.33. 20x2 is $291.37, and 24x2 is $320.49. The safety flange repair kits for the Mueller hydrants, 4 1/4 inch is $381.83, and the 5 1/4 is $420. There's no bid on the ED hydrants. Mueller tapping valves, 4 inch, $1,085.99, 6 inch, $1,533.31, 8 inch, $2,275.90. The Mueller inline valves, 4 inch, $860.83, 6 inch, $1,097.99, 8 inch, $1,748.75. The ED hydrant drain support baskets, 4 1/4 inch and 5 1/4 inch are both no bids. The Mueller tapping bit, $363.17. The dip class ductile iron water mains. Okay, the pricing is per foot. The 4 inch is $44.64, 6 inch $36.28, 8 inch $51.16, 10 inch $67.04, and 12 inch is $84.44. Bid items 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27 are all no bids. Okay, bid item 28. This is the stiffener inserts for the blue poly tubing. The 3/4 inch is $343, the 1 is $368, and the 2 is $12.49. Bid item 29 is also a no bid. Bid item 30, the 6 inch MJ retainer gland kits, $71.15, and the rest of the bid item 31, the Mac packs and the couplings are all no bids. We thank you.